Good afternoon, everybody from Chicago. I assume your afternoon is going way better than the Ole Miss football program and specifically Hugh Freeze. Now, in case you are unaware of this story, Hugh Freeze was caught in lie after lie after lie after lie. And not only did Hugh Freeze, now the former coach of the Ole Miss football program, but the athletic department as well tried to pin every wrongdoing on Houston Nutt, the former football coach of the Ole Miss Runnin' Rebels. So this was all discovered because Houston Nutt felt like he was wronged, okay? And he decided to have his attorney start seeking out why exactly the program is trying to pin every single thing on him when it seems like so many red flags were raised when Hugh Freeze recruited Robert Kimdichie, Laquan Treadwell, Laremy Tunzel for a program that was good, not phenomenal by any standards, where they're getting the number one / top 3 recruit at every single position and for the years to come. There were 21 charges against the program, 21 charges. And a lot of them were being pinned on Houston Nutt. So again, he hires his attorney, and his attorney goes out, and there were a ton of recruiting violations as well, and they wanted to go through the open records law that is in Mississippi and what have you, and a lot of these charges came to light, and in the words of Leon from Curb Your Enthusiasm, you topsy-turvy that motherfucker, and that's exactly what they did. So his attorney, Thomas Mars, utilized open record laws for Houston Nutt and Hugh Freeze. And a lot of these charges stem from January 2016. However, Mars, Nutt's attorney, noticed one call that was a little tricky. After going through all these logs over and over and over, there was a 1-minute conversation to a Detroit area code that Hugh Freeze made. Now, he's thinking, wow, what is this? Why exactly is this happening? Who is this to? And via Yahoo Sports, Freeze said, I think that might have been a misdial. Oh boy. Quote, I don't think there was even a conversation. There's nothing to it. And in the words of Yahoo Sports, Ole Miss decided to buy the story and stand by its coach. The reason that this is getting a little tricky is because it was a school-issued phone. Now, it turns out that Detroit area code that many reporters were trying to look up and they found out and yada yada is tied to many escort services online through various websites. Bit of a red flag there, especially when Hugh Freeze is such a preacher on Twitter, as you see from tweet after tweet after tweet after tweet after tweet. Nonetheless, the entire athletic department at Ole Miss, playing out of Vaught Hemingway Stadium, decided to buy the story, backed Hugh Freeze, and shat on Houston Nutt through the public. And not only that, Hugh Freeze also went to reporters, off the record, and shat on Houston Nutt as well, and tried to make himself out better to be of a man than he actually is. And then it came full circle just yesterday. The athletic department found the pattern of calls to escort services. Freeze admitted to Ole Miss Wednesday. He resigned on Thursday. Yet throughout all of this, here's what should happen. The athletic department should be wiped completely clean. The reason? They backed the wrong guy. And I know that they want to be loyal, but they weren't transparent. They did not do their due diligence. You know why we know about this now? Is because Houston Nutt's attorney decided to put forth the groundwork and lay the foundation for this research to come to light and to make his client out to be better than Hugh Freeze, which, as we do now know, he was. So the athletic director, associate athletic director, everybody that backed Hugh Freeze through this entire process needs to be gone. This is not a way to save face and say, oh, well, we just didn't know. Do your due diligence. You guys employ those people to bring in young athletes who not only make a killing for your school, and that's another argument for another day on why college athletes should be paid, but you didn't do anything. You took his word for it, and you did nothing. And yet the reason that he resigned yesterday, we have to believe, is because now the athletic department caught on. They did their own research. They found more and more calls most likely being made to these escort services. And then they forced his hand and let him go. Would Hugh Freeze get another job? Probably. It's collegiate sports. But this shows you a lot about his character. It shows a lot about him as a person. And he will not get another big-time job for many years to come. But for this athletic department, it is shameful, especially the way that they treated Houston Nutt. And Houston Nutt deserves a lot better than this. He does. So let me know your thoughts. Comment section below. Get at me on Twitter, @RickStrom, and subscribe to 2IT Sports.